We're almost halfway through the month of December, and to be precise, the 13th of December 2020, and we're just 12 days away from Christmas. This is Crime Watch, a program proudly brought to you by the Zimbabwe Republic Police. The main objective, of course, being to cement police-public partnerships in fighting crime. I must say thank you very much for giving us company today. I'm Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are concerned with people who are in the habit of using government resources for selfish ends. Police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, tells us more on this unwarranted criminal act.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police advises members of the public that following reports of theft, misuse and abuse of Pfumvudza agricultural inputs, the police and other security services have intensified monitoring of the distribution, movement and transportation of the presidential inputs scheme. We have noticed that there are some individuals, groups who are moving around the country, enticing farmers, influencing farmers to sell their Pfumvudza inputs to them. And some of the inputs are finding their way into urban centers, into hardwares and other shops for resale. The arrest of Sekai Rocky recently was found in possession of 500 bags of fertilizer which had been acquired from farmers around the country is a case in point. So we urge members of the public to report anyone who is moving around selling Pfumvudza inputs. The Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Water and Rural Resettlement has made it clear that the Pfumvudza inputs are being issued out to farmers for free. They are not for selling. They are not for resale to anyone, whether they are moving as groups or individuals. So definitely, the law will take its course. We will provide numbers for members of the public to phone in Harare, to phone in Bulawayo, so that they can make reports. We are also urging the farmers to use these inputs for the purpose of which they were intended for.
Should you know anyone involved in such short deals of selling government inputs, feel free to contact us on any nearest police establishment. Alternatively, you can call us on our number 0242 748 836 or Bulawayo number 029 885 479. You can also contact us on our national complaints desk number 0242 703 631. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are concerned with the occurrence of murder and robbery cases across the country. Disturbingly, most of the murder cases are a result of petty domestic disputes. Police spokesperson Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati spoke about this disturbing trend of crime.
Of late, we have recorded murder cases where the issue of domestic violence is taking center stage. We urge couples to find peaceful means of resolving disputes. And we are also concerned with the murder cases which are emanating from beer drinking disputes, where you find that people, they fight over a chair, people, they fight over the sharing of a mug of beer, among other issues. So we are appealing to the public. Let's respect the value of human life. We are also concerned with cases which are involving witchcraft allegations, where you find that relatives, in most cases, they then end up, killing one another over issues of witchcraft. We also have the issue of mental patients. Of late, we have recorded cases where some mental patients are taking some logs, they are taking some stones, they are taking other lethal weapons to kill innocent members of the public, who include the relatives and parents. So we want to urge community leaders, traditional leaders, and other stakeholders to join hands with the police to fight murder cases. Some of these cases definitely, and to be quite honest, there are petty cases which can be resolved. So we want the community to put shoulder to the wheel and fight these cases. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is concerned with robbery cases which are occurring at residential premises, business premises, and along the highways, where you find that there are some individuals or business operators who are carrying huge sums of money, in most cases US dollars. Of late, we have had 2 cash in transit robbery cases in Masvingo and in Mlawai, and we have not ruled out the possibility of information leaking, and we are appealing to business operators not to reveal their cash transactions, their cash movements to each and every person, either within the company or outside the company. This also includes the relatives, where you find that some of the robbery cases which are occurring at residential premises, there is a likelihood of inside information being given out to strangers. So while the police has conducted some campaigns, we have had some arrests, we still urge the public, we still urge business operators to take these safety messages seriously. Let's not take the issue of security for granted.
From those murder and robbery cases by the police spokesperson, the Zimbabwe Republic Police also reminds members of the public to guard against drowning, especially in light of the incessant rains currently being experienced across the country. Parents are also urged to monitor children when playing, as rivers, wells, dams, pits, and other water bodies tend to be dangerous during rain times. Drivers are also urged not to cross flooded rivers, no matter the circumstances. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are concerned with the ignorance and carelessness being exhibited by some members of the public who willy-nilly flout COVID-19 recommendations and regulations. It is worrying that despite relentless efforts being put by various organizations to educate members of the public about the dangers posed by the coronavirus, many still ignore such calls. This has seen many people being arrested by the police on a daily basis. On the 10th of December alone, a total of 1,633 people were arrested throughout the country for contravention of national lockdown regulations, bringing the total cumulative arrests by that day to 260,874. Of these, 117 were arrested for unnecessary movement during national lockdown, except those exempted. 1,075 were arrested for failure to wear a mask, while 3 were arrested for operating business establishment during national lockdown, except those exempted. As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we remind you that COVID-19 is not yet gone. We therefore urge you to participate in curtailing its further spread. Consistently wear masks, regularly sanitize, and travel only when it is really necessary. Remember the social distancing rule. Together, we can win the battle against this virus. On that note, we take a short break. Join us in the second segment. Parents are known to love their children unconditionally. How then can a father murder his own flesh and blood, his own son? Believe it or not, but this is what Crime Watch learned on arrival at ZRP Mutare Central District. A father murdering his own son on the pretext of disciplining him over a very, very petty issue. We visited the crime scene that is in Murambi East in Mutare, where the officer commanding ZRP Mutare Central District, Chief Superintendent Florence Marume, narrated how this case was eventually discovered.
Taka receive a report yainzi kune armed robbery in progress. Tapinda muspea takaona mwana akarara nemusana asi makumba maoko ake anga asina kutambanuka, anga akagonya, achitaridza kuti iye munhu anga ashaika pato nenguva nekuti anga atotonhora. Ndopatakaona ma blood stains mumba, asi nyaya yavo isu tichivabvunza vaiti mwana ndamurovera nyaya yehuku. Mwana akanodya huku aenda kumushana mai vake, ndokusvikutaurira baba ine joking manner kuti daddy takazodya huku yenyu kumusha. Saka baba hazvina kuvafadza ndokusunga mwana netambo. Mwana uyu vaimurova vakamupeta, vakabatanidza makumbo, musoro, maoko zviri pamwe chete, asi akasungwa netambo dzemagetsi zvokuti mwana anga asingakwanisi kuvhika pese paairohwa, chaikwanisa kungogomera kusvika afe. Yambiro yandinoda kupa muvagari vemuno maMutare neZimbabwe yese ndiri kuti kana paine chinenge chakugumburisa, usaise hasha, usawanze hasha. Zvinhu zvese zvinopera nekutauriranwa. Hapana nyaya inopera nehondo.
One of the neighbors was short of words on the occurrence of this incident.
Ini ndakanyanyorwadziwa zvakanyanya nekuti Denver anga ari mwana wangu. Nanhasi hatisati takwanisa kudzikama kuti tindo zvakaitika here. Asi zvakanga zvingotaridzika kuti mwana haana kunge arohwa namatsosi nekuti munhu wese anga achiuya anga achingoti handifungi kuti mwana uyu pano umwe munhu auya. Zvinofanira zvaitika mumba imomo.
Police does not condone any violence, let alone violence perpetrated against women and children. Report any such cases at the nearest police station at the earliest of opportunity. Police in Manicaland province have had concerns over killings occurring in the province. Crime Watch spoke to Constable Terence Nyanzira of the Community Relations Liaison Office in Manicaland province, who spoke on this disturbing trend.
As police, we are deeply concerned with the disturbing trend of murder cases in the province. One case in point is of 2 school learners who murdered a fellow student over a trivial issue. Another case is of an 18-year-old boy who murdered 3 people, purportedly as a revenge for his father's death, who mysteriously died 16 years ago. As police, we say no to violence of any form. Domestic disputes must be settled amicably through the use of professional counselors, community leaders, or alternatively, the police. We have competent victim-friendly unit officers and community relations liaison officers at any police establishment who are trained to offer professional assistance at any given time. Visit us, we will certainly assist you.
Road signs and signals at road junctions are meant to be obeyed. Some drivers choose not to. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe talks about this very important topic.
About 40% of all urban accidents occur at intersections. This, therefore, underscores the value of employing good intersection defensive driving techniques by all motorists and road users. At an intersection, you can do 3 things. You can either go straight, turn to the right, or turn to the left. When you arrive at a marked intersection, you are likely to come across 2 or 3 lanes. If an intersection is divided into 3 lanes and there are no further markings, you take the left lane when you are turning to the left, the right lane when you are turning to the right, and the middle lane when you are going straight. But if there are arrows indicating the direction that you should follow those mandatory arrows. As you draw closer to the intersection, those arrows are marked in yellow. A properly marked robot-controlled intersection has got longitudinal lines and transverse lines. Longitudinal lines that are conforming to the direction of travel for the vehicles must not be crossed if they are continuous. Then the transverse lines that you find in front of the vehicle must not also be crossed when you have stopped at an intersection. Crossing either of the lines is a traffic offense. During the examination, when one wants to obtain a certificate of competence, crossing either of those lines is automatic failure. You will not be able to get your driver's license. When you have stopped at an intersection, you must make sure that the front part of your vehicle is behind the transverse line. The purpose of stopping behind the transverse lines is to ensure that if there are any pedestrians who wish to cross the road, they will be able to do so without fear and safely. At a stop sign, where there is a stop line, the driver is now required to stop his or her car in such a way that the front part of the vehicle is behind the stop line. In this way, the driver does not interfere with cross traffic. When the car in front of you has stopped at a stop sign, the law now requires you that when you arrive at the transverse line, you must also stop. Stopping behind a car that is stopped at a stop sign does not necessarily mean that you have respected the stop sign. Let's respect stop signs. At an intersection, you must know, slow, show, and go. You must know what exactly you want to do at the intersection, and you must understand intersection rules, but do not expect every driver to know those rules. Slow. You must slow down at intersections. Intersections are not places for speed. Show. You must show what you intend to do at an intersection. Otherwise, your behavior at an intersection may trick you into an accident or cause danger to other drivers. Go. When you really know what you want to do, you must go through an intersection without hesitation. If all motorists employ good defensive driving techniques, we will be able to reduce that 40% of accidents that occur at urban intersections.
Welcome to the third and final segment, and you meet me right here at Morris Depot, the ceremonial home of training and incubation of police officers. And what is the story here today? It was early Christmas present for some members of the Zimbabwe Republic Police as they were promoted to the ranks of sergeants, sergeant majors, as well as the rank of assistant inspector by the Commissioner General of Police Tandabantu Godwin Matanga. The conferment ceremony was, however, attended by a smaller number due to the restrictions being caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Chief Staff Officer, Administration in the Zimbabwe Republic Police, Commissioner Wanda Tembo, represented the Commissioner General of Police as the guest of honor.
It is my singular honor and with a great sense of joy that I join you today at this momentous occasion, that is the 2020 Zimbabwe Republic Police Conferment Parade of non-commissioned officers. Let me categorically state that this promotion did not come on a silver platter, but it came as a result of a range of considerations, among them consistent dutifulness, hard work, loyalty, discipline, selfness, and patriotism. I'm also delighted that during this promotion exercise, the elevation of female officers has continued to be a distinguishing figure, thereby aligning the organization with gender mainstream attributes. Once again, I say to you, congratulations, Makorokoto Amtlope.
So the conferment of new ranks was all over the country, and we managed to visit support unit headquarters in Chikurubi, Harare, where the officer commanding the province, Assistant Commissioner Vazivi Dube, conferred the new ranks to the newly promoted members on behalf of the Commissioner General of Police, Tandabantu Godwin Matanga. So our coverage of this promotion exercise would not have been complete if we did not talk to some of the promoted members.
I would like to thank the Commissioner General of Police for promoting us, and I would like to urge my fellow members to be disciplined and to work hard for the betterment of the country and the organization. As newly promoted members, we are going to lead by example and be disciplined.
I would like to thank the Commissioner General of Police for this elevation to the rank of sergeant. And I would also want to thank my immediate commanders for the recommendations. To those who have been promoted today, I would like to urge you to keep on working hard as promotion comes with responsibilities. And to those who have not made it, I would like to say your time shall come.
So to all those who have been promoted by the Commissioner General of Police, Tandabantu Godwin Matanga, we say congratulations, Makorokoto Amhlope. From that story on promotions, we move on to security issues. Did you know that security is not a product, but a process? This is what you will learn in the following lesson.
Today we are looking at the fact that security is not a product, but a process. Why is that so? It is because you cannot walk into a shop and buy security off the shelf. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Different situations have unique risks associated with it. In short, security is not a commodity. The security needs of a manufacturing company are different from an NGO. They are also different from a bank or even a residence. Even so, some companies in the same sector will have different security requirements. There are many factors that come into play, including, but not limited to, location, to the nature of business, nature of the people, plus. The security process starts by a review of the current situation through conducting a security survey or a security risk assessment. A physical security risk assessment takes a thorough look at the vulnerabilities your business or your home faces. It entails a comprehensive physical inspection and evaluation of all security systems, the processes and their parameters in a particular property, asset, or the organization. Information gathered is used to customize integrated security solutions to mitigate the weaknesses. Security solutions are tailored to the actual risk. Examples of such technologies may be the use of CCTV systems, access control systems, alarms, or deployment of security operatives. The result or goal of any security measure is to be free of risk, free of danger, to remove any doubt and any anxiety. And always, colleagues, remember, security begins with you.
We now move on to people who are on the police wanted list. Nkulumane police are looking for Kudzanai Ndonya, age 28, of house number 15067 in Nkulumane, Bulawayo, for a case of murder. Tawanda Mhlanga of house number 1422, Gaza Township, Chipinge, is wanted by ZRP Chipinge Eben for an assault case. In another assault case, West Nicholson police are looking for Trimon Nube of plot 15, Kenny Ranch, West Nicholson. Lastly, in Susa, police are looking for Ferguson Nyamuna, age 39, of block 61 in Popoma, Bulawayo, for theft. Should you have information that may help us in locating any of these wanted persons, feel free to contact any nearest police establishment. Yes, do remember that we also have a website address, www.zrp.gov.zw. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic, please. Feedback at zrp.gov.zw is our email address. Take time to interact with us on our Twitter handle at Please Zimbabwe. We are also contactable 24/7 on ZRP National Complaints Desk number 0242-703-631. In case you miss any of our episodes, go straight to ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic, please. You will find any episode of your choice. It is the festive season yet again, and it is that time for merrymaking and also time for lots of traveling. Need I remind you that as you travel, remember that speed thrills, but speed also kills. The message from the Crime Watch crew behind the scenes is drive safely to stay alive during this festive season. Do remember that God is love, and with love, you never go wrong. Yes, do remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, signing out.